Well, howdy there, viola players. I was going to do this video yesterday and I started to practice it and I'm thinking, I'm not ready yet. And I'm not sure I'm ready now. I'm not sure that I can, even at this point, play this better than you can. You can maybe already play it better than I can. But I think I can show you some tips as to how to practice it. And you know, we have time, so I'd like us to play these two folk dances whenever we get back together, and I'd like to play them really well, and hopefully we won't have to spend a lot of time on them because we'll know them so well. And this is kind of an experiment to go into this many videos just for one number, one for each instrument, and then we'll put some audios out so that you're going to hear the background tape that you'd play along, but with your part being played. So the advantage of this working video here is that we can work on the licks and the hard measures and play them slower than you can, so you can play them more accurately than you can if you're doing it with the tape. So we're going to slow it down. The only measure that really causes problems in the first movement that you might have to practice more is measure 21, because you have a nice little passage there that involves a slur with 4 notes crossing over 2 strings. Not an easy piece to do with a crescendo in it. So I'm just going to work on that, and one of the things that I noticed that made it cleaner for me is when you put the first finger on the note E, you want to bridge your finger so you can play this, the E and the open A. So if you don't have your first finger and then you're touching the A, that's not going to be a clear slur. So what you're playing is in measure, you're going to start out on the A. So that's a little tricky. So if you practice that a few times, most of the other licks are a little easier to do. A very similar thing is in measure 53. 55, sorry. But most of the licks are the second movement, and I love this piece because, like, this is the favorite piece that you should ever play on the viola. It has this beautiful, it's really a counter melody that goes through the whole thing where the orchestra is playing the piece and then you make the piece by the viola part. I just absolutely love the gypsy flavor of it. Like I said in the other video, I think that the viola was invented after this music was written, because this is the most marvelous piece of music. We don't even have an instrument that's worthy enough to play this. We have to invent one. We'll invent the viola because this is the only thing that's going to play those mournful licks and give it that gypsy flavor and that dance feel. It's awesome. And it kind of starts out in the measure 13, and this whole passage in there is nothing but licks from there on, and it is just wonderful. So we're going to take them one by one, and this may be a little bit longer video, but measure 14 is the one where you have the first one where you have the slur and the little grace note. But it's almost, you know, so practice that first without the grace note. It's just, right? That's all it is. But instead of, it's like you hit the third finger instead of the second by mistake and fix it right away. And to make that smooth, after I do it about 5 or 6 times, I can almost get the flavor from it. And if you keep practicing just that measure over and over, looping it, I think that you'll get it. The next one is measure 16. Slowly. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. That's what you're going for. And the accent, if there is any, isn't on the grace note. It's on the note the grace note's going to. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. And then the measure 18. And measure 20. That one slowly. And I do the measure over and over. You heard it got a little better as I played it. You can do the same thing. Eventually, you'll nail this as you're playing through it the first time. Now the little lick on measure 24. Ya-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. So this is on the D string. Love that. Now, the measure that we gave you the fingerings for on measure 28. This is where you're going to start in half position, so your fingers are shifted back. You're going to play the first 3 notes. You start on, it would be your first finger normally, but it's your second finger. Then you're going to shift, and then D. So use your open D there. You can use your 4th finger and shift on it if you want it. And I shifted to the 4th finger if you want to do that, or you can go up to the open D. Da 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 dee da 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 da. But if you're just doing the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. But then you have to go up over the string for the next note. All right, so the next little section is measure 46, where you have a half position again. So it's 2, 2, 1, 2, 4. And then you can shift back to first position. Remember the shifting exercise that I gave you where you play the same note but with a different finger. So practice these little licks. The next one is 52. And this one I'm going to start out 1, 2, 3, 4. So play it slowly. You can slow it way down until you play it well and then speed it up a little bit. So I hope that's helpful to you, and I hope you'll forgive me if I'm not a perfect viola player. And if I expect that you're going to do a way better job than I am because you're practicing this thing all the time and you play it all the time. Because I can't even make you stop practicing. I mean, you just like quit. You need to take a break. Go watch Netflix or something. Go on Instagram or something because you're practicing way too much. Your brain's gonna go crazy if you don't put the viola down once in a while. You just have to take a little break in it. 10 minutes. That's all I'm saying. Don't practice for 10 minutes, then you can go right back to it. Just kidding. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. I'm going to download this video and then post it. It probably will be Sunday because a 10-minute video takes about, I don't know, 2.5 days, seems like, with my internet. It's very slow. Y'all have a great day. I am very proud of you, every single one of you, and I can't wait to get together with you again.